everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla and it's time to crack into a good book. So today I thought I would do a video about like 5 books that have wintry vibes, at least to me, that I want to read this winter. So some of these are a little bit of a stretch, but like the connections are maybe not all that wintry, but you know, we're gonna roll with it. So the first book I have is Have a King by Joe Abercrombie. So this is his YA fantasy series, and now you may know him from the First Law series, which is like a really grimdark adult fantasy. So this one, I think our main character is a prince. He's trying to regain the throne he never wanted, but he has to survive cruelty, chains, and the bitter waters of the Shattered Sea. So I guess, well, okay, first we do have a snowflake on the cover, and just, I don't know, the Shattered Sea sounds cold. So this is maybe a little bit of a stretch with the winter connection. But yeah, so I think he has a crippled hand. He's not thought of as like really being very weak because in this world it's like, you know, a strong arm and a cold heart rule. He basically can't fight. So I guess he has to use like his own intelligence to succeed in this world. So he gathers a strange fellowship of the outcast and the lost. I did like the First Law series. Grimdark is kind of hit or miss with me. I've heard that this series, or at least this particular book, is not as good as the First Law series, so that makes me a little nervous, but I do want to read it. So I've heard that this can maybe be a little hard to get into, and some people I know haven't really enjoyed it all that much, but some people I know have enjoyed it, so I'm hopeful that I will also enjoy it. The next book that I have to talk about is Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison. So this one is a thriller. So the connection with like the wintry theme is that our main character, Mindy, was a competitive skier, and for those of you who don't know, I actually did used to ski race for quite a while, from probably when I was like 5 through 16 maybe. But yeah, so there's like a little fun fact about me. But so going back to the book, our main character crashes in a downhill race, and during surgery, I guess they discover that she has a severe form of leukemia, and they test her parents, I guess, because she needs a stem cell transplant, and they discovered that Mindy is not in fact their daughter. So, you know, they're trying to figure out what's going on. So it's like they have to unravel years of lies. Was she accidentally switched at birth, or is there something more sinister at play? So this sounds like a fun thriller. I really like the competitive skiing aspect, obviously. So yeah, I don't know. We've got like cold, icy things going on the cover, so it feels a little wintry to me. The next book I have to talk about is Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek. So this is, I think, a YA fantasy. Our main character, can barely remember a time when the Northmen weren't plundering the shores of her divided homeland. So she can control her enemies' minds and actions. So that's I guess she's been keeping her people safe using this ability. But then she starts to see like a crow that is whispering warnings about this really dangerous threat. But nobody is believing her. And so she, I guess, ends up capturing Leif, who is a young Northman leader during his failed siege, and then discovers that she is not alone in having all these visions. But it's like he's her enemy, but together they meet. Maybe they're like the only ones who can actually save the world. There's probably some romance in here. But this just feels really wintry to me. And, you know, again, the cover is gray and cold. I feel like I tend to like this sort of epic fantasy during the winter for whatever reason. So I'm excited to read this. The next book I have to talk about is The Boneless Mercies by April Genevieve Tucholke. Our main character is a Boneless Mercy, and this is like a female warrior group, I think. They are death traders, and they're supposed to roam, I guess, this land, killing the old and sick for meager pay. So we have a band of these mercies who are tired of, you know, this death trade and want something more in life. They discovered that a beast is killing people, and so they go to hunt it down. And they, I guess, join up with some sea witches and face the ruthless cut queen of the Red Willow Marsh. I don't entirely know what that means, but it's their success or failure might change the fate of women everywhere. So yeah, I feel like we have a very Viking-esque theme with several of these books, and I don't know, it reminds me of winter. The cover kind of reminds me of like fire and being in a snowy wood. So the last book that I'm going to talk about today that has a wintry vibe is A Gathering of Ravens by Scott Oden. So this is an adult fantasy that I think is also kind of has like a Viking feel. So our main character is the corpse maker, the life quencher, the bringer of night, the son of the wolf, and the brother of the serpent. So he is Grimnir and is the last of his kind, which is, I guess, some sort of monster. His brother was killed, and Grimnir wants to like seek vengeance for his brother's death. He takes someone as a hostage to be his guide, and they're journeying from Denmark to England, and then I think we go to Ireland as well. So then I think we have sort of like old gods versus the new gods. So Grimnir, the last of his kind left to plague mankind, must choose: stand with the Christian king of Ireland and see his vengeance done, or stand against him and see it slip away. So, I mean, obviously, this looks like a very wintry cover as well. Vengeance and gods warring, like that sounds really cool. I have been really excited to read this for a bit, and I've been kind of saving it for the winter because it very much gives me winter vibes. This seems really awesome. I'm very excited to read this. This is probably, of the 5 that I'm talking about today, this is the one that I'm most excited about. So there are 5 books that give me wintry vibes in one way or another. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or think you might pick them up. I hope you're having an excellent day and are reading something awesome. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, as that would certainly help me out. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here and see you in the next one.